Hey guys, hey, I got a joke. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? You follow the fresh prints. When you take humour out of a joke, what's left? If our entire society was a bunch of serious business people conducting business, that one funny guy would just be saying nonsense facts and phrases before returning to the cave he was banished to. Oh wait, that is our society. The direction humour has evolved recently isn't good or bad, it's just weird. Memes have become the simpleton's gag, the butt of the joke, but even if something meant to be funny completely fails at its one purpose...
Hello, my name is Ben. I'm at the beach. I'm at the beach.
Since the dawn of time, the hard-working caveman has always at least found comfort in simple humour. Whether you appreciate TikTok or not, you can't deny they get a bad rap. And there is no one that tears them apart more for being stupid and unoriginal than older dads. The same dads that have been repeating 10 jokes for their entire life. Working hard or hardly working. If it was a snake, it would bite ya.
I'm hungry.
Hi, I'm Dad. Then there's Millennials and 90s sitcoms. Don't be out here complaining about these darn kids watching unoriginal memes if you spent your formative years watching Friends on Channel 10, because every single joke in these shows is the exact same. The writers must just throw their joke prompts into Google Joke Generator. Okay, I want to write a joke about Joey running low on money.
How much do you think I can get for my kidney?
In fact, there's only one sitcom from the 90s that gets the beaning of original humour, Mr. Bean. A sitcom so unique, it deserves its own separate genre. You know what? Let's give it to it right now. The Bean genre, which consists of Mr. Bean, anything starring Sean Bean, and the movie Killer Bean Forever. And speaking of unfunny humour, what about the anti-joke, which is literally just a statement? The first anti-joke was recorded in the 15th century when the worst jester in the world watched a peasant's chicken cross over the road and thought, there's a joke there somewhere. And then never found the punchline but decided to roll with it anyway. When a farmer loses his tractor, he no longer says, "Where's my tractor?" He'll spend the next few weeks finding it, even if he starves to death. Because if he comes home to his family of 20 asking him what he said when he lost it, like it's the funniest thing they've ever heard, he'd probably end up throwing himself in the haymaker. The only anti-joke that will never get old is spending 5 minutes telling your friend some long and elaborate joke, only to wrap everything together nicely and leave everyone looking at you like,
"And?"
Well, that's it.
In fact, jokes where you're the only one that finds them funny are my favourite examples of unfunny humour. Not because they aren't hysterical knee flappers, they just don't turn out incredible for the victim. One of my personal favourites is wetting my hands and then pretending to sneeze on whoever I'm behind while flicking the water onto the back of their neck and watching them turn around in utter disgust. But nothing compares to my 10th birthday when I received this giant radio-controlled tarantula, which is easily the best present I've ever received in my entire life. I would leave this thing everywhere, behind furniture, under people's bed, in the shower, or inside a half-empty box of cereal, then hide and wait for the screams of my unsuspecting prey. Now obviously, putting it in all these weird places, it was bound to get destroyed at some point, and mine would go down in one last epic finale. My teacher in year 4 was really not someone you wanted to forget your crayons or colouring books with. She would go absolutely ballistic over anything, and she also conveniently had a gigantic fear of spiders. So naturally, the smartest thing to do was surprise her with a 2-foot-long tarantula. And one day I got to school super early and placed my gigantic tarantula on her chair. Little did I know, by the time she would notice it, she'd already be halfway sitting down, her centre of mass fully committed to the chair at this point, completely crushing the spider. And while I would end up with detention, my tarantula and I would go down in the most epic way possible. I want to leave you with an example of a funny joke. In fact, the funniest joke I know. Did you hear about the plane that got delayed an hour? There they all were waiting when an Indian, an Asian, and a monk walked past. Then some of them got hungry, so they went to grab some sushi, and the lady serving them asked if they wanted soy sauce. Then they all hopped on their flight.
And?
Well, that's it.
That's the punchline?
That's kind of a thinker.
I'll say. Makes me think you forgot the rest of the joke.
No. Oh, just picture it.
Oh, I got the narrative. That wasn't the source of my confusion. The confusion was more about the joke not being funny.
Why does everything always have to be funny?
Everything doesn't always have to be funny, just jokes.